I'm very good in gibberish right now.
Gibberish.
Say, we dino. Dino. We die.
Every fourth word is dino. Welcome, everybody, back to BS Sports Talk with your hosts, Brandon and Steven. This episode, we are going to be going over our week one takeaways from the NFL. Just some top three highlights, top three thoughts of the overall week.
Oh, I've got plenty of thoughts, Steven.
And then we'll talk about the Thursday night game between the Washington Commanders going to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. So, all right, let's just jump right in. Some thoughts about week one. Up front, it was odd, especially fantasy wise. A lot of big names, studs taken in the first, second round, kind of dudded out. So
low scores.
Very low scoring. What was the totals? Like 17? No, that's way too many games. But it was like 12-4 or something. Very, very high in the overs. So,
yep.
And I think a lot of that is probably due to the preseason. A lot of these guys not playing. I don't know what your take is there, but that's my thought to it.
12-4 to the over.
No, to the under.
To
the under, yeah.
Well, we've talked about it a lot the past couple of weeks with college and not as much with the pros, but defenses play a little more reactionary, right? Guys have good vision. You got a couple quarterbacks. You got your Micah Parsons, who obviously week one learning a new defense, but you've only got a few guys that really kind of like move the needle on defense. These guys are studs, freak athletes, but they're reacting to plays. The offense is the one kind of dictating the pace of the game, dictating, is this going to be an air raid game? Is this going to be running down your throat? And I think teams play a little more conservative in the first couple of weeks. A lot of new OCs, a lot of new faces and new places. And I think that probably leans the unders a lot, which the number 12-4 says it right there, right?
Yep. And I don't know if that 12 number, it sounds right. I think there was about 16. So, seems a little
like
high,
you said, a lot of division games, right?
Yeah, a lot of division games. So is there a team that you may have been high on coming into the season that, of course, it's week one, but a little overreacted on, that may have surprised one way or the other, whether they were supposed to come in bad and they turned out to be pretty decent week one, or supposed to come in good and turned out completely dud? So
yeah, I think I'll start with the Miami Dolphins. I was a little bit higher on them, and they got their asses kicked by a very mediocre Colts team. Now,
Mr. Daniel Jones himself,
Mr. Danny Dimes, the Finn Slayer. What do they call him? What's Indiana Jones? Indiana Jones. That's his nickname now.
Oh, okay. Didn't see that.
Indiana Jones.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, he walked up on down the Dolphins, and the Dolphins couldn't score for Jack. You know.
Yeah, no, that offense looked absolutely miserable. I was also expecting them to come in. You know, all off season, a lot of the people were saying online that this Miami team was going to come in pretty hot just because of everyone healthy. You know, their downside is they can't stay healthy.
Yep.
A lot of their offense. So everyone coming in healthy week one.
Yep.
A lot of the, analysis and everything talking about them they were going to come in hot. So, and that definitely did not happen. They scored a garbage time touchdown for the only score of the game.
That was a big touchdown for us too.
It was.
Four-leg touchdown lay that Devon Achane got a garbage time TD, and we also got one from Chuba Hubbard in the Panthers game, who I was going to touch on.
Yep, it for
hit
sure
a nice
was
plus 900.
Yeah, speaking on some of those prop plays, specifically in the NFL, because this is the NFL show, but I think we can utilize our Twitter a little bit more to give some plays out, just handwritten plays. So if you're looking for plays outside of the podcast, where we're going to be making stuff Saturday, Sunday during the day before the games kick off, so can't touch everything on the podcast. So maybe check the Twitter. I'll drop it in the description below, and I believe it's BS_sports talk on Twitter, X.
And follow us now before we're hitting at a 70% rate. Like I said, when that happens, we got enough data to back it up. We're charging for these picks.
I think a team, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but the Lions coming in kind of slow start. Everyone said they were going to with the OC. I was not a believer in that, but it definitely happened. So I don't know if that's a full depiction of what Ben Johnson was for this Detroit Lions offense, but I guess we'll see in weeks to come. I don't think it is. I think they'll figure it out and turn it around. I think they'll be fine. But they looked, and maybe it's the Michael Parsons effect. I mean, maybe he is just that defensive player that can make that much of a
Right.
difference.
Yeah, and he didn't play a ton, which is a little bit concerning if you're a Detroit fan,
Hmm.
right? But game one in Lambeau, it was warm weather. It was a good day. It wasn't like you're playing in the middle of December and 30 mile an hour winds and snow coming down. But either way, that's a tough place to play, right? We talk about Lambeau being one of those 4 point spread addition to your home field advantage. But with the new OC, I saw the stat that was floating around Twitter that Jared Goff now under non Sean McVay, uh, who's been the OC the last couple of years
For Detroit,
for
Ben Johnson.
Detroit, Ben Johnson, and I can't remember the third coach he had. Anyways, under all other coaches, he's like 19-1 as a starter.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, that's a
Very,
crazy stat.
very concerning
That is a little concerning.
for our Jameer Gibbs. Feed him the rock all game long, and very concerning for your Jared Goff MVP long shot.
Yeah, that is
It's
actually
early.
very concerning.
It's early though.
It is.
It's early.
Hopefully they can figure it out.
Yeah,
Said you want to touch on the Panthers?
yeah. Carolina looked like ass too. Bryce did not
Yeah.
look good. Now they had that lightning delay, so they almost had 2 halftimes. It was kind of a weird setup.
We saw a lot of those this weekend. 3 of them. Weather
Yeah.
delays, which I saw reports that in Jacksonville, the lightning was like however many miles away. There was no rain, didn't rain at all at the stadium. So not sure why they took such a long
Tell you,
delay. But yeah, there was a lot of that this weekend.
it made us sweat that Chuba Hubbard final leg of our touchdown parlay that much
Yeah,
more.
it leaked into the 3 o'clock games.
I know
So
it couldn't get paid out and couldn't bet it all on the afternoon slate.
but
But
yeah,
no,
I mean Bryce did not look good. I was coming in just like yourself with high hopes for this offense
yep,
with the way they finished last
yep.
year.
McMillan had a pretty solid game. Now a lot of the yards that Bryce got and that Tet got as well was kind of late garbage time, I guess you want to call it. Where, to be honest, Jacksonville's foot's off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah.
Not really worried about a comeback. I thought they would come out of the gate a little bit stronger and faster start. I thought they would win that ball game, even though
Yeah.
they're on the road. I don't think Jacksonville necessarily impressed me by any means. So minorly concerning as if you're a Carolina Panthers fan.
Yeah, for sure. And on the other side of the ball, ETN looks. I mean, maybe it's just the Carolina defense, but ETN looked really good.
Yep.
Really good. So,
Solo backfield for him now too.
yep, with Tank
Tank's gone.
for some reason going to the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, I guess the Eagles I think it was a 5th-round pick. I guess they
Well-
just had an abundance.
Well, Saquon only had 60 yards, so they're probably worried about some regression there.
Yeah, I would be. You can send him back to the Giants if you want the Eagles. So,
I'm sure they'd gladly take him.
and let's touch on the game of the week, the Sunday night game.
Whew.
I believe you said, did you fall asleep for it or did you watch it all?
No, I watched all of that one, but I was watching it with my butt puckered because I had a 8 point lead in fantasy, and it was Ravens defense that I had versus the Chicago Bears defense, and the Ravens just got -7. Literally lost me the week. So
You shouldn't have started those Ravens defense.
I shouldn't have, but I consulted with another fellow expert, and he was like, "Nah, it'll be fine." What I think I was going to pick up the Patriots defense
Mm.
playing the crappy Raiders and Ashton Genty over there, but it'll be fine. So it was not fine.
I don't know who that expert was, but yeah, probably shouldn't consult with him anymore.
No, probably yeah, definitely. He won't be invited on the show.
But I mean, shit, what a game, man! Like Bills were up. I think Bills had a 99, or the Ravens had a 99.9% chance of winning that game or something.
Yep.
5 minutes left, up by 15, I believe it was. Bills score. Derrick Henry fumbles somehow, some way. Who never fumbles the ball?
Well, and who also just had a monstrosity of a game at
Yeah,
age 31. That refrigerator that
175
runs
yards.
The guy's insane.
It-
Guy's
it-
just
it's-
a machine.
It's unbelievable.
Tell
But
you
I
what.
mean, shit, what a Sunday night game to open the year.
Oh yeah, you can't ask for much more. I will say, as if you're a Ravens fan or you're rooting for Lamar to be the guy to finally pull through and be a Super Bowl champion, I'd be slightly concerned. Obviously, regular season game doesn't mean a whole lot, but you don't want to face, if you're the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, you don't want to see Josh Allen in the playoffs. And you don't
Mhm.
want to see Patrick Mahomes. Those are your two kryptonites.
Yep.
Only way to avoid those two for sure is to lock up that 1 seed. Right now, they're all of a sudden at a disadvantage if you're going to go head to head with the Bills at the end of the year with 13 wins and
Yeah.
they've got you.
Yeah, they might have to. They might have to eventually play both.
right?
We'll
Because
see how I mean, even in the division, we'll see how the division shapes out. But the Bengals might even win the division, so
yep,
the Ravens might be stuck at a wild card spot, and the Bills have an easy schedule this year. So I
yep,
think they'll
and
probably have a smooth ride to the one
because
seed.
you'd like to think that let's say the Bills finish one now because they'd have the head-to-head win. If the Chiefs regress a little bit, they probably still take the 3 seed, I would
Hmm.
guess. So now, yeah, if you're Baltimore, two's playing 3 in round 2, and then you get to go take on Josh Allen and the Bills,
Yep.
assuming they don't lose it and make it all the way. But I don't know. I got some doubts with the Chiefs a little bit too.
Yeah, that team's looking with what I saw Friday night was not good, and maybe again week one, a little overreaction. Don't love the wide receiver room now,
Yep.
especially with Worthy going out. Travis Kelsey basically murdered him. Took him out after Taylor Swift said he was
Tra-
her favorite draft pick.
Travis Swift Kelsey.
Yeah, Travis Swift Kelsey. Um, but yeah, so I guess we'll see. Uh, I mean, both defense. I know you're playing. It's the Ravens offense and it's the Bills offense, but both defenses just got absolutely shredded. So
Oh yeah.
that could be a concern as well. As we always say, defense wins championships. So I think that is the one thing that the Chiefs do have
Well,
in the AFC going for them.
yep. You got a good defense, and you got Andy Reid and
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. You're going to be in those games. Maybe you're not dominating like you did in years past, but they'll be okay.
Yeah.
They'll be
Yeah, for
quite all
sure.
right.
They're if they somehow do lose the division, I think they're probably going to be okay for a wild card spot. So they're just going to have to play a little bit.
Might be good for them to be playing playoff games as an underdog
Yeah.
for once.
Yeah, that is true.
Give them a little juice.
Yep, little chip on their shoulder, which they should already have. And good game this week, Super Bowl rematch. Chiefs going to, I believe it's in Philly.
Philly gets back to back game. Oh, that's what you get for winning the Super Bowl, huh?
I believe so. Maybe it's in KC. I don't know. But they do play this week. So
It is in KC.
okay,
Yep.
okay. So even better for the Chiefs. I
E-
believe they're underdogs at home though.
And we'll get into this in the preview, but Eagles -1 right now.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
Chiefs underdogs at home. Probably might be the first time in the Mahomes era.
It's gonna be a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, a little recap of week one.
Fun week. Glad to have football back.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always great to overreact to week one of the NFL, and then week two rolls around and everything that you believed in preseason actually happens. So let's hope that trend keeps up.
For sure.
All right, let's roll into Thursday night football with the Commanders taking on the Packers in Lambeau again. So the Packers get another home game, playing a NFC rival, I guess call it, being that both these teams have high expectations this year. Could
Fair.
be maybe an NFC championship.
Very likely a playoff game right here.
Yep.
Very likely.
So I mean, just up front, the Packers opened -1.5 in this game. Probably Sunday night or Monday, whenever that line came out, but it's already bet down to 3.5, and I've even seen some 4s.
Wow.
So again, I don't know if that's the overreaction to, and I believe it is. It's probably an overreaction to how the Packers played the Lions, being that the Lions was a juggernaut last year.
And
Uh,
they near blanked them.
yeah, and I believe the Lions have had the Packers number going into that game. So
They had won like 4 straight in Lambeau, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. So just a couple things here. Washington's 0-6. Their last 6 trips to Lambeau, which is not great for for Daniels.
But they have Jaden Daniels.
But they do have Jaden Daniels. That is true. And they didn't look. I mean, the Giants' defense, my Giants, their defense isn't that bad. They have a pretty good D line. Secondary is okay. So, but they didn't look anything great. And maybe they just kind of laid off the gas pedal because they knew the Giants' offense just wasn't going to put up points. So they were just like, screw it. Let's just not, put foot to ground on the gas and
Yeah.
show everything.
Yeah,
But
for sure. And it takes a little bit of time that offense to find their way. I'll tell you what, Debo looked good. I think Debo in that offense is going to
did.
take them to the next level.
he did. There was a lot of question marks going into that. A lot of mixed,
Yep.
mixed takes on that. So they were he was either really gonna be really bad or really good. There was kind of like no in between. So I
Yeah.
think we kind of got our
It'll definitely help them too with that run game with losing Brian Robinson and obviously game 1 against the Giants. Whatever Krosky Merritt did and Eckler did is take it with a grain of salt, right? But I don't think either one of them looked necessarily great. So
Yep, for sure.
Debo just gives that offense another tier of
Oh yeah,
what
I
they
mean,
can
it's just
do.
another weapon. I mean, you saw it on the, I think it was a jet sweep that he
It was
took.
his only carry, 19-yard
Yep,
touchdown.
19 yards on a jet sweep.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the kind of thing that you can put into an offense because you have a
Well,
player like Debo.
right. You put motion in, you put Debo in motion. Now you're worried about covering Debo. You're worried about covering the running back, and you're worried about Jaden Daniels taking off with it.
Hmm.
So
Yep,
pick your poison.
yep, for sure. So, um, I actually like this Commanders team plus the points here.
Yeah, over a field goal, it feels no question that's the side to take.
Yeah, if I would have got in early at the -1.5, I think I would have taken the Packers. I think the Packers win this game. It feels like a 2017, 2020, 21-20 going into the last drive type of game to where whoever has the ball last has a chance to win the game.
Yeah, agree with that, and especially probably leaning towards the under. I see it at 48.5 right now. Seems like a high total. You got two solid offenses, and Green Bay their offense looked really good last week. But
Yeah.
throw if you're gonna have a lot of running the ball on both sides with Jacobs, and then the three-headed monster Washington has, going to be chewing a lot of clock. Micah Parsons is going to probably be a lot more involved this week as he's had a game under his belt, goes through walkthroughs and practices. He'll definitely be more of a factor, I think, in this game too. Especially when you're defending a quarterback like Jaden Daniels, you need a Micah Parsons out there, being the captain on that defense.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. I think they're gonna have to spy Daniels more than likely because this watching this Green Bay defensive line, they like to, of course, get after the quarterback. But if they pass Daniels and they let him step up in the pocket, he's just gonna take off.
Yep.
I mean, they have to control him in that pocket and they cannot let him get outside of it.
Agreed. And it feels like too, if it's one of those games that if they're trailing, then you start running on the ball more with your quarterback. That
Yep.
you're not playing as conservative or whatever. So it just that element of offense is there for more of the game.
Yep. So I actually like the Commanders to kind of put up some points in this game, actually against a Packers defense that, like you said, is pretty good. I like Washington to kind of take a step up and figure it out to where their offense was last year. Didn't look so hot against the Giants last week or this past week, but I actually like them to score this week.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thought. What's the you seen the team totals or even the
I haven't seen the team total. You said the over under was 48.5.
48.5 is what I'm seeing? Yep.
I guess the line, I'm assuming probably 25 Packers team total, 21, 22 for the Commanders.
That's what I was
For team
thinking.
total.
If you're getting Washington under 24 points, I kind of like that look.
Yep, for sure.
Because either that offense is clicking and they're scoring on them, or they're playing from behind and getting some garbage time chunk yardage, which leads to points.
Yeah, I think that's how Washington has to game plan this. In order to win this game, they're gonna have to score points. If Dallas defense gets after them and they can't move the football, obviously, uh, Green Bay isn't a team to win from behind. They have to get up early and often and let their defense kind of work, and then just run the ball with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Sorry, I'm trying to get into see this
All good.
because I want to make sure that we're under 24.5. We put the whole touchdown lay winnings on it.
Yeah, no, 20, I mean, I think if you get, it might even be 21.5, but 22.5, 23.5 even, I think is probably a good look. Um, I will say I like a lot of Commanders props this week. Like I said, I like them to move the ball. I like them to throw. So I do like Daniels. If you can find a passing rushing line on him combined, I think that's probably an excellent look. Don't know what that line would be,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, probably a good same game parlay game for sure.
yeah,
Standalone game, two offenses with some good pieces
for
to
sure.
put at SGP.
And then with
Yep.
with the cap, you got it there.
Yep. I'm seeing 22.5 minus 108.
Okay. So
Funny enough, you don't see that team total a lot. And we saw it in last night's game with Chicago.
Mm.
And I was on 22.5 at even money. That luckily I got that last touchdown after Caleb Williams was missing everyone left and right. But that was a nice hit. But that's weird now. I never see that 22.5 number right around even money, and that's back to back games now.
yep, might be a sign.
Could be, assuming it's not going to be frigid temperatures in Lambeau and it's going to be a normal day in September. Then yeah, I'm all over this. I think.
So I expect a pretty good game. Hopefully, it is another one on Thursday night. You know, we started the year hot with Cowboys Eagles. That was a pretty good game. Besides the weather delay that took an hour and a half, or whatever it was. But I'm gonna give a best bet in this, and I don't know if you probably won't be able to get it at what I got it at because I was searching deep in the webs of all the sports books last night, and I got
The dark web of sports betting.
I got Eckler over 2.5 catches for -110. It is today, I believe it is -150.
Ooh,
So some plus EV there.
that's
Love a good plus EV.
it's the perks of betting early.
Yeah. So if you can find it somewhere, or maybe if you wanna take it with maybe some of these sports books that give free picks, you can get it boosted up a little bit. Or in like a 2 game, 3 game, same game parlay type thing. I think it's a good look. Gibbs had 10 last week,
Oh
10
yeah,
catches, 14 targets. Or no, the team had 14 targets to the running backs. Gibbs had 10 catches out of the backfield. And like I was saying with how the Packers defensive line is structured, they like to get after Daniels. And if he steps up and he doesn't like his run lane, he's just going to dump it off to Eckler. And if he's in and Eckler plays these receiving downs, so you
yeah,
know your second and longs, your thirds, he's going to be in there. So I like him.
yeah. That's a nice bet, especially. I mean, if they were locking up Amonra and not Hawkinson, Laporta and Jameson
Mhm.
Williams, where Goff all he could do was dump the ball over to the back, then that's a great look right there.
Yeah,
How
I
many how many targets did Eckler have week one? Do you know?
he had 4 catches. I don't know how many targets
Four
he had. He might have
catches.
caught them all, but he did have 4 catches, and it was against the Giants in a game that they were leading pretty much all game.
Yeah, after what, like a
So
quarter and a half, like middle end of the second quarter, it just started opening up, and
yeah,
it was all script for the run.
yeah. So I love that bet, and if I'm gonna touchdown score for this game, I'm taking Jane Daniels.
Oh yeah,
Plus
absolutely.
160. It's probably pretty good value. I'll probably be on him. Might be on him first touchdown. Honestly, I at the bars, you know, you always like taking a first down
Oh
parlay,
yeah,
riding it with your buddies. So I'll
for
probably be
sure.
doing that and trying to celebrate a probably a plus, I don't know, 12 to 1, 10 to 1 for Jane Daniels to score first.
If you got the lineup, take a look. I'm curious what Tucker Craft would be at. I know the both of us have him on our fantasy teams.
You talking yards or
I'm sorry, anytime touchdown.
anytime tutty?
I would imagine around 2 to 1, maybe a little bit less because he scored week one. But it feels like in that red zone, he's gonna get a lot of looks this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Obviously, you get the threat of Josh Jacobs just hammering the ball in, but if you're in a passing down or you're kind of in that just outside the red zone, that 20-yard line, that little seam route that he ran, that was a beautiful throw and catch.
Yeah, and actually, that was another one of the bets I looked at and might put in somewhere. Craft over receiving yards. In that game, Love, I didn't say I don't want to say missed, but like Kraft was, they showed a lot of routes that Kraft ran, and he was wide open, and Love just didn't throw him the ball. So I don't know if it was just because of how this game script was going, or what. But he's plus 215 to score anytime. Pretty good number there.
That feels solid.
Yeah. I think his over under receiving is like 37 and a half. And his catches is juiced to 4 catches at, I believe it was like plus 115. So 3.5 plus 115. Um, might be a good leg in a same game parlay there if you buy it down to 2.5 for him to catch 3 balls. So I think this is a better game script for them to where they have to throw the ball more. So,
Yeah.
and
If
I
you're
don't love Josh Jacobs has a high rushing total this week at like 78 or 80. I know he had a good week last week, but man, I think it's a little high. I know they want to try to establish the run. I don't know if they'll
right.
be able to though.
Yeah, especially if Washington does come out of the gate scoring and they take the lead, then you don't love Josh Jacobs' rushing line at that point.
Yep.
How about a teaser look here? Obviously, if you're north of 3.5 into 4 and you can get the commies at 9.5, 10, what do you think about the total? Do you think you tease that towards the under or tease it towards the over?
Mm, I'd probably lean more towards the. I don't know. That's tough. That is pretty tough. Obviously, you tease the Commanders up. They probably don't lose by more than 10. Like I said, it's probably a one score game. But man, that I don't know. What
Yeah,
do you think for the total?
you're definitely not taking the Packers down to what, -2 or
Yeah, I don't,
no way.
I don't, I don't
I'm
love
sorry,
that.
+2.
Yeah,
+2.
I don't love that either way, honestly. Like, because I could see this game going under, I could also see this game going over. So
My gut, my gut feeling would be to tease the over. So tease it down to 42 and a half or whatever it is.
yeah,
Just because it's the standalone primetime game. It's already kind of an inflated number. It feels like these two teams, if they're playing on Sunday, just in the middle of that noon slate, it's probably more like 44 or so.
yeah,
For whatever reason, I don't know if there's been any movement yet. Um, but that's just the way I would lean. I mean, I think you could argue the under as well, but these are two teams that could put up 30 points too at the
yeah.
same time.
I think either way, the teaser could win. I won't be teasing this game because I don't have a strong feeling of that total. But I think you go over if I had to pick. So
So Commanders plus 10 and over 42 and a half right now.
yep, that would be the line right now. So
God, I love that plus 10.
oh yeah, that I mean
Feels like free
that's
money.
I mean that's this line is just too high.
Tease that with the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, money line. Or tease the Rockies up. What are you going to baseball? Tease them up to plus 4.5,
Oh, yeah.
3 runs. They would probably still lose.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so Washington Commanders going to Lambeau Field, take on the Packers. Line sitting at 3.5. Totals 48.5. I'm liking the Commanders. I think you are as well, Brandon. If we had to pick a side. But other than that, anything else you got for this standalone on Thursday night to start week 2?
Oh, it'll be a good game. We'll see who's going to move to 2-0 and who's going to move 1-1.
Yep. Could be a playoff matchup
Yeah,
come the end of the year. So
I think this would be a game that'll kind of tell you who's going to try to give the Eagles a run for their money, right, for the top spot in the NFC.
yep,
I would think.
yep, for sure. So all right. So that's been Thursday Night Football. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share us with a friend or 10 or 100. We also are on Spotify. Not sure if everyone knew that.
Sure are.
Spotify, BS Sports Talk. If you can't watch the video version on YouTube, tune into Spotify. It's just the audio version. If you got some work to do, listen up and get some bets in for Thursday night.
Well, and the good thing about that is you don't got to look at our ugly faces for 20 minutes or however long this video is. So.
Yeah, that's true. You got 25 minutes of just hearing our voices. So you don't have to look at our ugly mugs.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Go
Peace.
Commies.